Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the webinar series on project management for educators. Today is our first webinar of the series. The topic for today is Introduction to Project Management Principles and Practices for Academic World. Before we start our first webinar, as this is the first webinar, I would request the person who initiated this series to share few remarks about the entire series and what is in it for all the educators who are present for this webinar. So Mr. Assam Khan, the founder of October Technologies, I would request you to please share few insights about this webinar.
Thank you, Nazim. We could see still the people are logging in, right?
Yes.
But yes, we can see the director of the institute. Okay. Good. So, yeah, honorable directors of the participating institutes, the faculties, the professors, and my colleagues from the industry, a very warm and a healthy good morning to you all. Today's session, the project management for educators and why the educators should know about the project management tools, techniques, and methodologies. I would like to talk about that, whether it's a corporate or it's a charitable institute or it's an educational institute. All these entities, they are derived from the word organization. Every single entity is an organization. The definition of the organization found in the literature is that organization is an instrument to achieve the common goal efficiently by managing the shared resources effectively. That's what the literature says about the organization, that it is an instrument to achieve the common goal by managing the shared resources found within the organization effectively. Now, the common goal, we all know for the industry, the common goal is to maximize the profit for the shareholders. But look at the common goal for the academia, the common goal for the educational institutes. It is not just only to produce the professionals required for the industry, but also to create the human beings. Such a noble cause, such a noble goal for the educational institutes. And at this point of time, I would like to take this opportunity to extend my gratitude for all the academicians, for all the people who are from the educational institutes, to convey my gratitude, to make us whoever we are, to build this society. Now, to develop this project, to develop this organization effectively by using the technique of the project management. And that was the idea, that look at the industry, how efficiently they're using the resources available with them to deliver the common goal. And your goal is such a noble goal, to produce the professionals, to create the human beings. You deal with so many resources, parents, students, regulators, ministries. Within the department, there are so many stakeholders. Now, how do you use these shared resources effectively so that you can deliver the goal of the educational institute efficiently? That's the objective of using the project management methodologies. And that was the idea of organizing this session for our educators, so that they can use the best practices of the project management tools and methodologies to manage their shared resources so that they can deliver the efficient outcome. And for that, we have chosen the best professionals: Shahnawaz, Harun, Khalid, Ashfaq. They are certified project management professionals who will be delivering over the period of next 4 weeks. And the idea is to just give the flavor of what is the project management and how these techniques, how these methodologies can be used to manage our resources, manage the projects to deliver the outcome efficiently. With that, I would like to conclude once again to welcome you all with this in this session, and I hope this will be beneficial for our educators. And this is nothing but just a small gratitude. Is you can take it as a Guru Dashna, that whoever we are, whatever we are doing, it is because of you. So now this is a time for us to share the knowledge which we are using it in the industry with the people of knowledge. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Aslam Khan, for your valuable time and the valuable insights. Now, I would like to move forward and start our first webinar. For that, I would like to invite Mr. Shahnawaz Sheikh, who is the General Manager of Octaware Gulf, who would be preceding the first session. So, yes, over to you, Mr. Shahnawaz Sheikh.
Thank you, Nazim. First of all, good morning to all our prestigious audience today. Your respect and status are too high for me. You're the light bearer. Because of you, I'm here today, and also the coming generation totally in your hand. Thank you for being here, and thanks for your precious time. I'm not here to teach or train. You are more knowledgeable than me. The goal and objective of this session is to make aware ourselves the importance of some of the principles and tools and techniques of project management, which will help us to grow and scale in our career as well as our personal life. We will try our best to achieve the objective of this session: introduction to project management with its important principles and practices. As we know that the whole project management framework cannot be taught or completed in an hour or the 4 hours, but in the past, having the experience of project management, we came to know that there are some of the important principles and practices that they are which must to follow to our project successful, and so that we can achieve our goal of the project. So I will proceed. I will share the screen. Yes. So today we are going to, make ourselves aware about some of the principles and practices for project management, which will be very helpful for academia and even other industries too. So I'm Shahnawaz, having 24 years of experience in IT industry and having 15 years of experience in project management. And my experience was in India as well as GCC country. And right now I'm the also delivery head of Octaware Technology. Our agenda is we'll just touch base on project management and the principle of project management, and then we'll touch base some little bit on knowledge areas, which is very vast, but we should know. And then there is how it is beneficial, before and after project management. And I'll have some small case study during the summary time. And we'll have 5 to 10 minutes of question answer session. So before proceeding to, project management, so why there is a requirement of management of project, and we use always hear that there is a project and there is a program. So first we should understand what is the difference between program and projects, and then I will come later on project. Program is nothing but a collection of the projects, right? Okay, to achieve the organizational benefit or goal, and project is set of activities to achieve that particular goal, right? So our focus today and henceforth will be on only project. Like if you see if I take the example of the program, the space shuttle program consists of many flights, so there are many projects under one program. So program, and then a project, program, and then business objectives to achieve. So I think everybody knows what is project. I'm not going to define or give the definition of the project here, but I would like to just highlight some of the important aspect of the project. We always hear that project is very big. Oh, that project was completed successfully. Oh, that project got messed up because of some reason. Oh, this is very complex project. So what is project? And why the management is required? So the very basic and important, the definition of the projects, it is a temporary endeavor and has start and end date to create a specific unique product and services or the output. Someone says that, like once the project completed and it goes into maintenance mode. So the maintenance mode of the project is not a project because project is completed, but this project which has gone into support is not a project. So we should be very much clear to what is the project and what are the parameters. If you see here start and end date, it means that it has got the limitation of time. So project has one of the limitation, which is time, and that need to be completed and achieve the output goal. So it should be temporary and it should create the unique product or services or output. So before going into more into project, we should I'm here just want to share that project is nothing but a interrelated task. It is not only one task, it has interrelated tasks to be completed and series of the complex and which are connected to each other. And if you see that the project has got the milestone, activities, and deliverable, and all these interrelated tasks creates a project and which gives our goal and objective. So this is what the project is all about: start date, end date, and creating the output, and which is required a management. Now come to the project constraints. One constraint I just shared you, the limitation, the timeline is one of the constraint. But in project management, there are 3 constraints in a project, and which is very important to know that in our daily project, which I have seen in my career, that people sometimes focus in 1, they forget 2, or they focus on 2, or they forget 3rd. And what is the goal? They forget. And at the end, project fails. So, and we call it as iron triangle for project. What is this? Time, which I already shared, that expected delivery date for the project. And these expected outcomes of the project is a scope, which is a requirement, and budget, the cost. 3 things are very important. And in normal project management, people, they say that we can achieve only 2, not all 3. Because if suppose management says that we have to finish the project, they have given the scope, but in between they came and say that we have to finish the project very fast. Then what we have to do that? So we have to increase the resources. When we will increase the resources, cost will increase, and the cost changes. So likewise, if we have got some scope and in middle management says, or there is some changes in the scope and it increases, then of course the whole timeline and the budget will increase. We are going to achieve the scope and time is also agreed, but budget changes. So these three things is very important when we are doing any project, whether it is academic or any industry or even in our personal life project. So at this stage, we got to know about some of the important aspect of project. Now let's move some of the basic principle of project management. Before proceeding this, we should know what are the phases in the project. And if I ask someone, what are the phases? So it's very easy to say, oh, for the project, we have to start, and then we have to plan, we have to execute, and then it closes. So these are the phases. That is right. So, and this is what PMI also says, that there are 5 phases of project management. You have to initiate, which is start. And the second one is you have to plan, execute. And then if you see the outer circle, monitoring and controlling, it is very important. In our day-to-day, in our project, sometimes the project manager forget to track and monitoring. And at the end, he or she faces a lot of challenges. So monitoring and controlling is very important. And then closure of the project. So these are the 5 ones. So what I have done that, because project management knowledge areas and the process are very big topic to cover, So what I have done that, what are the main important, aspect of the project management, which should be used in every project, whether it is a small or whether it is a big. So I came up with the, 3 cornerstone. One is milestone based, which comes under planning. Project should be planned, milestone based. And the second one is accountability. We have the project, everybody is working in the project, but who is accountable? How to ensure that accountability is put on the resources which are assigned towards the task? It's very important. And I'm going to further explain on these three important topics in further slides. And third one is managing risk. See, the last one, the managing risk, is very important. And the project manager, usually they miss the risk. They get a project, they start working plan, and they start working on it. But what are the risks in the project? Like in academia, if somebody tell me that, you have to design a new syllabus. Okay. So if I take this as a project, okay, and start working, okay, sir, I will give you in 1 month. But at the end of the month, what happens? Oh, sorry, sir, it has not completed because that guy is not available. That was not available, So these are the risks which has to be, anticipated at the beginning of the project, and it has to be reviewed at every phase of project life cycle. So these are the 3 important things I have found out, and we will discuss today only on this thing. And what are the tool and technique to achieve this, I'm going to share you. So what I have done here, I have just clubbed initiation and project planning together. So when projects start, initiate. So what we do that, we know we identify the goal, assemble the team, and create the project plan, activities, and important milestone, everything we try to get in one place, right? And then we move further. So in this initiation and planning, when you receive a project from the management or for the project sponsor, so I have highlighted, there are many things, but I have highlighted these, 2 things very important, like project charter and the project plan. So in project charter is one of the very important tool to initiate the project. And it is the responsibility of the project sponsor or the owner to provide this project charter. And what is charter? Charter is it is a formal document, which authorizes to project manager to execute the project to fulfill the goal. Okay, so project charter develop is given by the sponsor, but sometimes what happens, sponsor just share the about the project, new project, then project manager has to develop this project charter. Okay, and in project charter, I'm going to in next slide I will share what are the important aspects to capture in project charter and the project plan. So project plan, and then in project plan I have highlighted two things very important: a work breakdown structure and the RASI matrix, which is going to make the people accountable. So I will just move further and show the project charter. So it is very simple document. It's very simple document. And when you receive or get some new project, then you have to put all the information here. Okay, what is the problem statement? What is the description of the project and project name? Who is the team leader or project manager? And who is our champion and who can help anytime, right? Business cases. What are the deliverable? What are the goal? And how we are going to measure the goal that we have achieved it? And who is the owner of the project charter? And the second part is, and then all scope. And if you see this key stakeholder, this is very, very important. What happens at the beginning of the project manager starts the project without thinking how many key stakeholders are involved. And when the project's at the end, one of the key stakeholder comes in and he says, no, this is not fulfilling our requirement. The whole project gets lost. So that's why we have to identify the key stakeholders in the project who have business decision and their expectations. That's very important. And then milestone and team, who are the team members going to be involved, and high level completion of project start and date, and the risk assessment is also present here. What are the risks we are going to anticipate while executing this project? And it is a very simple Excel sheet. We can create it, and that will be our initial document to start the project. Now, after the project charter we have, now what we are going to do that? Now we have to plan. Now let's plan how to do the project. So planning se hota kya hai, matlab, right? I mean, why the planning is important? Or yahi pe, this is the point where we get lost. We don't do brainstorming. We don't do the meeting. We don't go for the complete detailed project plan. So project plan involves understanding the fundamental of a project. What are the objectives to be achieved? Okay, and what business situation is being addressed? And then what do you need to do? That is business need. What will you do? Scope. And how will you do it? And how we are going to execute it? And how will you know you did it? Monitoring and control. And how we are going to produce, that is, quality. So this is the importance of the project planning. And in this business requirement, need, execution, monitoring and control is one of the important aspects. So you'll see the lot of lists. I think it is around 13 management point, but we should not be, afraid that these need to be included while doing the project management. No, so I have just highlighted some of them which are important to take it forward. Suppose I got the project and what to do in planning. So we have to plan, WBS and schedule, risk and the resource management and stakeholder management. These are the important part. And I'm not saying that other are not important, but if you're going, let's start with this, which is the important any points to do any project. But if you go to the complex project and very big project, then all those other management is also required, and those have very good tools and techniques. Every management, every knowledge areas part, if you see that, has got a very good tool and technique to handle this situation or handle that particular scenario. So in project planning, how we are going to do the project plan? First, as soon as I created the project charter, then what I will do that I will go for the planning, and I can do the planning what I have shared in front of you, but it's not necessary I'm going to use only this. Okay, we have the Excel sheet. It's very good tool, and we don't have to be, worry, there is a Microsoft project. I don't know. There are other, a tool, then that will be very good to manage the project. No. Let us start with the Excel sheet. If Excel sheet is not, we are familiar, let's start with the, pen or notebook. So those can also be done in Microsoft, which is a Gantt chart. But what I would suggest, if this is a project plan, okay, so we can start even in the Excel sheet and create those, and project plan should have a proper task, timeline, the resources, and it should start from the end until the, start from beginning to till the end. So project planning is the important, and during the project planning, you will came to know that what are the other important aspects we missed during the initial discussion. So in project planning, if you see that for to execute my project, the work breakdown structure is one of the very important, parameter. And as you people know that what is the work breakdown structure like, I'm going to build down my task to the logical level, that is a work package, and that is to be assigned to someone who is going to complete that project. Here the example, here I have taken one of the example that, for example, we have to arrange a one PMP session. So now PMP session we have to arrange, it is a project for me. Then what are the other, logical point, logistic, faculty, and facility need to be fine, and then logistic to be further, divided to, course material and stationery. So these are my, a work breakdown structure. It is shown in the hierarchical manner. It is not necessary that we have to follow this, but very important thing, you have to break down your task into the logical structure. It can be done in Excel sheet also. So if you see that the Excel sheet, you are going to write a logical point, WBS, and you're going to put the description, deadline, and all. This is WBS. So we have to do for all our project. We have to break down it till the logical, unit. So when you break down to the logical unit, which is called a WBS, so it doesn't mean that, that particular logical unit does not have the activities. You have to further break down those into the activities. Like for example, here the project was set up of, R&D division for some of the company. So they have, come up with the, work breakdown structure. Now it has shown one of the example here. If you say core staff, so they have further divided into activities, and these activities will be assigned to the resources, okay, and with the accountability. So till now, what we have covered, what is the important, points in the project, and then why the project should be managed, and what are the important points to be managed in the project, like in terms of project planning, and before that project charter, planning. In planning, we have to be, we have to create a WBS, and further to be break down to the activities, and that should all reflected into our project plan, and everything can be done in Excel sheet. So these are the activities. I'm not going to run this one. Now the project planning part is done. When I was sharing about initiation and the planning, where three important cornerstone was there. One is the milestone based planning. So we have covered the milestone based planning. Okay, now the accountability is there. Project as charter is completed, project plan is in place, WBS in place, and now our planning looks very beautiful. Then what's next? The people who are involved in the project should be made accountable. How to make them accountable? So regular scheduled team meeting is very important, and meeting should have the agenda, and every at the end of every meeting should have action item. हमारे मीटिंगों में क्या होता है कि we talk a lot. At the end, action item, even action item is created, but that would be in like, TBD, to be decided, or, on that particular day. So it should be clear action item, who is going to do that, and who. And even though if it is TBD, then there should be a ETA or their timeline when he is going to give the date for that particular item. It's very important. And without action item, meeting is just like a talk. There is no purpose of achieving the meeting. So, and then when you're going to have the next meeting, then you should review the action item of the last meeting, if you have achieved or not. So this will create the, some kind of responsibility on the resources who are the responsible for executing the task. And one more project management tool and technique is there to create accountability. You might have heard that word, RASI matrix. So RASI matrix is one of the very important tool in the project management. Even just for your information, Octavia has done one project called Indo-US breast cancer 2020, where, in Mumbai, where it was surveyed for around, in Kurla and area of the Salem, and to execute that project, the team was created, and the same this thing, like project charter, and then WBS created. You'll be surprised that we are doing this survey job and to identify the highly risk patient, so in a month time, so all these tool and techniques was used there, and the RASI is one of them. So RASI matrix is a responsibility assignment chart that maps out every task, milestone, or key decision involved. If you see here, what is R? R means responsible. If it is for me, then I am responsible for this task to complete, and A for accountable. Even though the responsible is someone else, but accountability is my head, I have to ensure that it is to be completed by that person. And C for consulted. And the consulted means the team who is going to help or assist. Okay. And I for informed, like higher management. We have to inform them just. So if you see that the left side, these are the WBS, completely new user access form, for example. So who are the roles? You can write here the name. Project manager, let's say X. Project sponsor, you can write the name and put the RAC. And after creating this RASI matrix, you have to share to all the stakeholders or the team members to ensure that they know that they are the responsible, or they are accountable, or they are only consulted or informed. It's very important at the beginning of the project. So this tool is important to make the people accountable. I think I'm not going very fast, or not, I'm going very slow. And the third point, right? I have taken 3 cornerstones. One is milestone-based planning. Second one is accountability. How to make people accountable through RASI matrix, right? And through the regular meetings with action items. And the third one is very important, the risk. And most of the time people forget this. They don't write the risk. And it's very simple. There is a tool. What is tool? There is an Excel sheet, and just in the beginning of the project, you have to write what are the risks may occur. If that risk, you have to list down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if it occurs, what would be our mitigation plan to resolve that risk? And we should know before time. So, and then you have to prioritize the risk also, which one is very high priority, low priority, and the medium. See, if you see in this photo, there is some experiment is going on in the laboratory, and that fellow got some awkward result. But what he's saying that, what's the opposite of Eureka? And what is the next? He doesn't know what to do next. He doesn't know. This situation should not arise in any project. That's why the managing risk is very important. As soon as you got that particular, problem, then you identify that, hey, this risk has been identified. Now it has become an issue. Now let's work on the mitigation plan, which was already put in place earlier. So it's very important. So now we have covered 3 important basic points in any project. Again, I am repeating: project planning in milestone based, accountability through RASI matrix, and third one is managing risk through the risk register. A risk register is nothing but a Excel form where you are going to put down all your risk, and that risk need to be reviewed each and every meeting till the end. And in your program, you should have the optionality, like plan A, plan B. If suppose this risk arises, then what I'm going to do that. So it comes into the mitigation plan. So, Nazim.
Yes.
I think some important points I have covered for the project. So let's run a quiz, for all our audience. Can we do that?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, first one.
So I would request every participant to please participate in the poll and share an answer of the poll that I'm just launching. Yeah. So I've just started the poll. I request everyone to please participate and share the relevant answer as what is covered till now. I request everyone to participate, please. We have around 40 participants, and the whole answer we have got is for 17 persons.
मेरे को इसके लिए चाहिए था क्या मैं बोल ही रहा मैं लगाऊंगी मैं इनको मार दूं
21 have voted till now.
Oh, the people are there on the place or not?
Yeah, there are around 40 of them now.
So I think let's take the result out, Nazim.
Yeah, so 23 of them voted out of 42. So what is the definition of a project? So 35% have voted for the first option, a long-term endeavor to create a specific product.
Can't we have that result on our stream?
Okay, just let me see that.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
This is the result.
Yeah. That's good.
Would you like to share the correct answer, Mr. Janwas?
Yeah. So in the beginning, I shared that the project has a start date and end date. It means that it is a temporary endeavor. So which, creates the unique output in terms of product, services, or results. So the second one is the right answer. A temporary endeavor to create a specific product, service, or result. The first one is not right because it is a long term. It is not long-term endeavor, because there should be some end date, whether it is 4 years of project or whether it is a 10 years of project, but there is a limit. It's not long term. And and it is also not short term, na? कि वो एक week में खत्म हो गया. So there is a start date and end date. So a temporary endeavor to create a specific product, service, or result, and that is why we should identify the project and apply the project management principles and practices. So thank you, Nazim, and we'll have one more quiz at the end of the session when I will tell Nazim, and I hope that all the participants should participate that. So let me share again.
Hello.
Yeah, someone more would like to talk?
Yeah, it's me, Tarannum Sheikh. Actually, I voted for long term because I think that it could be used for, for reference also for future, in future also.
Yeah.
So is not that correct?
No. The project should be, completed within timeline. It should have started and ended.
Okay, but as a reference, we can use it for a long time. That's why I have chosen.
No, for the reference, you have to put those projects in some of your central repository, which is I'm going to share in coming slides.
Okay.
So yeah, for the reference that can be used.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So good to, at least we have just, talking about the project, very small, tiny word project. And it's very important to know it's, because once I started my career, I just thought that everything is a project. Even sometimes I argue with my manager, hey, this support phase is also a project. But when we got to know that, into the project management framework, and we know that it's not, project should be completed with the unique, from the start date, end date, and it should produce the unique result or the output, okay, as per the business goal. So let's touch base some more principles.
Sir, even I have one question regarding the same, as ma'am said. May I?
Yeah. So
sir,
can we take those questions at the during the Q&A?
Okay, sir. No
if
problem.
you don't mind, you just keep and write it down with you. Yeah. So let's proceed further and let's know some more principles. Till now, what I have shared, these are the important two, and we can start our project with these tools and techniques. Now it is a project execution. If you see the 5 phases of project, initiation, planning, and execution was there. So when you execute the project, when you got some project from the management, so you have the team, 4 or 5 people, then these are the points which are listed here. You do the work, you manage the work, and you ensure that quality is being produced. You manage the team, you manage the communication risk. You also manage the risk, and you response to the risk, and conduct procurement. Means if you would like to procure some third-party licensed devices or a tool, then you go for the procurement. And then managing the stakeholder is one of the important aspect. So during the project execution, these are the points which is to be taken care. I'm not going into detail, but just giving those points. And the fourth one, project monitoring and control. यहाँ पे आके हम फेल होते हैं. We create a big plan, good project charter, very good RASI matrix. Oh, RASI matrix, everybody has been assigned and be conveyed. That is good. Then what? How to ensure that a project is being monitored and controlled properly? So if you see the word monitoring and control, if it is going outside boundary, then you have to control it. How are you going to do that? Track. आपको track करना है, review, regulate the progress for the performance of the project, and identify areas in which changes to the plan are required. Okay, initiate the corresponding changes. So once you find that there are changes to be required, then you're not going to start the changes that should go through the approval to the from the sponsor, project sponsor, or someone else who are owner of the project. these are the changes, please approve it because it is going to affect our iron triangle, either cost or either time. Yeah. So in below, if you see that these are the things we have to monitor and control. Like if it is schedule is there, scope you have to control. See, the scope is also one of the very important things. Sometimes project manager is, very flexible. Oh, let's take care whatever changes are coming. And so that, higher manager would be very happy. This guy is very good. Whatever changes I do, he takes. But we should understand that I have been given a project which has some certain timeline. Either it is a 2 month or 1 month, what it is has a certain timeline. And if I cannot complete the project in particular certain timeline, then it is a failure. So before accepting the change, I'm not saying that you should not accept the changes, but before accepting the changes, you have to, really, go through the change management process where you have to analyze, you have to, calibrate your project plan where it is being affected. And then you have to share it to the management, get the agreement, get the buy-off from the management, and then you can proceed. Otherwise, just taking this project at the end, what happens? The project sponsor owner will come. Hey, I hope you have completed the project because you have given this timeline. Sir, लेकिन आपने तो इतने सारे changes दिए थे. So what? It did not come to me. It is going to affect your project. It is your problem. So this is the reason project manager or whoever is the responsible of executing the project has got a very high responsibility to manage all these things, monitoring and control. And the last one is project closure. The very funny part over here is, as soon as the project completes, even it happens sometimes in industry, project completes, project manager is very happy. Oh, project, we have got the sign off, or we have management is very happy. They are saying that, oh, we have achieved the objective and the project is closed. But in project management world, even though we have got the sign off from the management, even though we have received the money in our account after completion of the project, but project is not closed unless we write a lesson learned. What are the lessons learned during this project? We have to write, and we have keep this lesson learned in some of the repository, and all the required project document, whether it is a project charter or whether it is a project plan, everything should be stored in one repository, one central repository with the name of the project, so that if in future the next phase of that project starts or any new similar project starts, then that project manager can refer and can go to the central repository and can find out what are the lessons learned, what are the challenges, what are the risks were anticipated, and what are the risks when he came during the project. And in those lessons learned, he will find, and in his project, he will try to improve and to his project to the next level. So again, he is not going to repeat, he or she is not going to repeat the same mistake. So this is very important. And this OPAL means Organizational Process Asset Library. It is nothing but one centralized location. Either you can use SharePoint or any collaboration tool where you can keep one directory or keep your project's documents and lesson learned. So at this point, you are going to complete your project. So now we have finished all the project phases, and what are the important point in those project phases we have also learned. And then now we will go to the project management areas, but I'm not going to touch base more on it because it is a very big topic, but it is important to know. So that's why I did not share this, knowledge areas in the beginning. Otherwise, when people will see this, oh, a lot of things we have to do. That's how we are going to manage our project. It is not possible. So that's why I have just taken 3 points, like project plan, milestone, and how to make accountability, and then third one, risk management. And if you see this, the 10, and this is from the PMI, knowledge areas, if you see that it has a very good tools and technique to manage. Like if you go for the project time management, they have shared the very good tools and techniques. If you people want to really get into it, like for example, project communication management here. So they have really given and shared the good tools technique for how to manage the communication, and how to manage the risk, how to manage the procurement. So they have given in very detailed. So wherever we encountered those things, we can refer that. So these are the 10 knowledge areas, and we have some of them we have already touched base in previous slides. So we are going slowly and slowly, or we can reach at the end of the session. So this is what happens when we don't do, use the project tools and techniques, and we do our work ad hoc. Even though I shared earlier that our planning is very beautiful, our project charter, Excel sheet is very good, RASI matrix is in place, okay, but we are not doing, our monitoring control properly, then also it happens. And when we really apply the tools and techniques of the project management to the each level, and everyone in the team members knows his accountability and responsibility, and we follow the proper tools and techniques. So it happens, people enjoys at the end of the project, and they have the party from the management. Yeah. So now I have, as I shared during the agenda, I am going to, in summary, I'm going to share some of the important aspect of the case study of related to academy. So it's some important issues for academic laboratories you need to think about. Like for example, if there is some research is going on, so when research is going on and people are not using some kind of centralized location, so what happens? Every people is saving their data in their own disk, and there is a risk. So the solution of this centralized data, and since during pandemic, the pandemic has learned a lot of lesson to us, and one of the lesson what we have learned, the collaboration, how to collaborate the people from the one place. So data management is very important. In a college or in the university, a lot of projects goes on, but where are those data? I think in some of the some PCs, some laptops, or where is there any procedure or the SOPs, any to save the project documents at one place, or where is it? So we have to have our management tool, data management tool, like what we are using. And nowadays, most of the colleges and the schools are using Microsoft Teams, and Microsoft Teams has evolved very beautifully during the pandemic time. So it has you can manage your project, as well as you can, like this is our snapshot from our company. So we have, if you see the left side, all our projects are listed down, and if you see there, all our files are there, and it is on the central. Anybody can log in to the Teams and can look into it. So there should be one centralized location where people can collaborate there, collaborate and change and work on their sheet. So again, I'm very near to end of session. So best practices from industry that can be leveraged by academia in managing your projects. Define, again, I'm repeating this. Define project plan, milestone, WBS. Define project need, resources, RASI matrix, managing risk, team building with complementary team skills. Sometimes what happens, people don't realize the importance of skills, and they take anybody, and after that say, oh yeah, I thought that he might be good, but he does not know this. So before taking any resources, we should be ensure that skill set matches with the requirement. Data management and storage, centralized portals such as Microsoft Teams. So these are the important points, and this is the crux of my session also, or you can say the takeaway of this session, to start using the project management tools and techniques for any project. So summary is, to execute a project, we must follow project management principles. We should be able to tailor or customize the project management process area, and project plan, WBS, RACI matrix, risk management, collaboration tool with the data storage centralized platform. So this is the important and crux of the session, and we can start, doing the project from today itself. So Nazim, I have done the session, but I would like to, initiate the second quiz.
Sure.
And I hope that most of the people will, and all the people will participate.
So I'll just start the poll. Yes, the poll has started, so I request everyone to please participate in it. Twenty-two have voted so far. So as compared to the last poll, 3 more have participated this time. 26. I request others who have not participated yet, please
Let's give some more
participate.
time.
Yeah. Another 15 seconds I'll wait until I end the poll.
Okay.
Okay, so 26 have shared their views. I'll just share the poll results. Here is the result.
Oh, mashallah.
So would you like to share the correct answer, Mr.
Yeah,
Shanawaz?
that is the correct answer.
Yeah, so 92%.
92%, yeah.
Yes.
So because there it is mentioned project goals, right?
Yeah.
So any project management, if you are using any techniques and what the principle and practices, so we should achieve the goal. Without achieving the goal, if even the project is completed, it is a failure. So it's very important. Thank you for this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll have some, because we started little late, right? 5 to 10 minutes.
Yes.
So we can have the session, Q&A session.
Sure. So I'll now open the house for questions. You can either type your question in the chat section, or you can simply raise your hand and I'll unmute. You can unmute and ask the question. I can just read out the name so that there are no multiple questions asked together. Either the chat window or you can just raise. Yeah. So we have one question from Ms. Yasira. You can just unmute and you can ask your question.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Sir, with regard to the poll we had previously, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Sir, why the answer was not temporary? Because, sir, as ma'am also said, you may have a long-term project or you may have a short-term project when you document. So, sir, जैसे आपने बोला कि हर एक project का एक beginning होता है और एक end होता है. So, why can't it be temporary? Because अगर long और short दोनों होते हैं, तो sir, I just got confused in that. तो मुझे वो clear करना है.
देखिए इसमें ये जो लॉन्ग टर्म जो यूज हुआ है ना वर्ड, है ना, सो अगर आप देखोगे द प्रोजेक्ट इज अ टेम्पररी एंडेवर and the long term, if the project is a long term, means how many years? It is a 10 years or 20 years project. So here my answer is why we not opted for the long term, because if it is a long term project, then you have to ensure that, and to dividing the project and giving a particular, putting all the practices, it is not feasible in the long term project. And long term should have, it should have the definite timeline. That's why it is a short term. Short term doesn't mean that it is a 1 week or 2 weeks. We do the project having 2 years of project also, with the phases. So that's why, even though you will not be probably this, what I am giving the answer, you will not probably agree with that, but the project should have the short term. Short term means the definite timeline, the window. So that's why.
Shahnaz, can I
Thank you,
add to
sir.
this?
Yeah,
Thank
sure, Harun. Sure.
Yasira, you have a very right question here. I mean, when you select answer, ke what is a project, right? So there were 4 answers given to that objective, and you have to select one of it. So if you select long term as your answer, so you are missing the short term. And if you are selecting short term as your answer, you are missing the long term, right?
Exactly
So
my question.
so
Exactly.
that is where the answer is temporary endeavor, where you don't go with the size of the timeline, but you go it as a start and end date. And when you are saying that it should have a start and end date, it is a temporary endeavor. It is not a continuous endeavor. So the idea over here in selecting the question, the selecting the answer is, it cannot only be a long term, it cannot only be a short term. It has to have a start and end date, and that is where the temporary endeavor answer fits better as an answer to that question.
Sir, so short term is not the answer, na? Temporary is the answer.
Yes, short term is not the answer, long term is not the answer.
हाँ sir,
Temporary.
I wanted to know that. मुझे लगा कि आंसर शॉर्ट टर्म है. I have selected temporary. तो मुझे वही क्वेश्चन क्वेरी था.
Short
ठीक है,
term.
thank you. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice session.
Thank you.
Informative.
Thank you, Harun.
That's, can we have next question? Do we have someone? You can simply raise your hand, or you can type in the chat window. I can read it out. Well, I think the session was very great. That's why we don't have any questions. You cleared all the points in the presentation itself. Okay. There is one question. Can you put more light on iron triangle?
Yeah, these iron triangles, why we call it an iron triangle? Because these are the important, constraint of project, means limitation. We cannot have flexibility. Scope is a limitation. Time has a limitation, and cost has a limitation, because it has been assigned. This much cost would be used for the project. So that's why it has a constraint. And within these constraints, we have to execute the project. So either that's why during my session I shared that in project management, people usually say that we can only control 2, or we can only achieve 2, not all. So that's why it is very important.
Okay. I think there are no more questions, so we could end the session. Would you like to share any closing remarks, Mr. Shanawaz?
Yes, I would like to share, because I've been in Sabu Siddiq, and I'm also the student of Sabu Siddiq, right? Was a student of Sabu Siddiq. And when I came from Qatar to, Mumbai, so some of the colleges interns came to our company for the project, and I usually give the first day with them. So in a conference room, and I usually ask, how did you do your project in your college? Because they always come with the completion. Na? My project is completed, sir. 5th semester, 6th semester project. So how did you do that? So I have seen that those people have the knowledge of project management, okay? Because the chapter is there in syllabus project management is there. But again, the problem is to apply. So I did not see that we are applying the project management and tools and techniques. So on the very first day, what I shared the 3.3 cornerstone. Let's start with the project planning, and the mentor who has assigned, he has to track it, and he has to see that and control the whole thing. So they learn how the project management using the tools and techniques of project management during the by doing the internship or project in our company. So I would suggest that we should inculcate these practices, even not only the industry project, but even in the personal life project also, like renovation of our house, or if you're planning to some funding, so how to create a fund, that is also a project, right? So let's use the tools and techniques and start moving ahead. And only the one goal of the project, the one benefit of project management, you will see that, which I shared during the project closure process. You have to learn, you have to adapt what was my failure during this project. That should be captured, and that should be not repeated in the next project, and lesson learned should be stored at one place, so that our project grows and scale, and we get more benefit out of it. So thank you very much for all, and Nazim, we are done. आप म्यूट पे हो नाजिम.
Sorry. So before we just sign off, we just got one question in the chat window. For your convenience, you can just open it and I'll just read out. Who are the key people I would need to talk with in order to construct and implement our SE metrics within our department?
Who are the key people?
Yeah.
I would need to talk with in order to construct and implement. Key people means in your organization, or can we talk now? Muhammad Ahmed, right?
Yes.
Like in a computer department or in college, राशि मैट्रिक्स अगर बनाना है कोई प्रोजेक्ट करने के लिए,
जी
या तो फाइनल ईयर के प्रोजेक्ट चलते हैं
जी
उसमें स्टूडेंट्स के,
जी
तो उसके लिए अगर राशि मैट्रिक्स बनाना हो तो मोस्टली मेरे ख्याल से HODs होंगे और स्टूडेंट्स जो इन्वॉल्व है उनसे ही बात करना पड़ेगा शायद.
नहीं, आप मैं ये समझना चाह रहा हूँ कि जैसे राशि मैट्रिक्स बनाना है, तो आप ये पूछ रहे हैं कि किसको इन्वॉल्व करना है, वो बोल रहे हैं आप?
हाँ, स्टेक होल्डर.
हाँ, देखिए राशि मैट्रिक्स में एक तो आपको स्टेक होल्डर तो आइडेंटिफाई करना है, और राशि मैट्रिक्स जब आप बनाओगे ना, तो जब आप प्लान बनाते हो, व्हेन यू क्रिएट अ प्लान, राइट, आप उसको ब्रेक डाउन करते हो. फॉर एग्जांपल टास्क 1, टास्क 2, टास्क 3, टास्क 4. एंड टास्क 1 अगर है ये, तो फिर आप जितने भी स्टेक होल्डर है, सबके कॉलम आप लिखोगे. आप प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर, टीम मेंबर, इवन नाम डाल के लिखो, चलेगा. तो फॉर एग्जांपल शाहनवाज PM, एंड इम्तियाज टीम लीड. सो वो जितने भी लोग हैं सबको आप कॉलम में लिखोगे, एंड उनके आगे फिर जो टास्क, अब नाउ यू नो दैट हु इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द टास्क, राइट. सो आप उनके नाम के नीचे R लिखोगे, दे आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल. बट हु इज अकाउंटेबल? अकाउंटेबल कौन है यार? अकाउंटेबल उनका मैनेजर होगा, क्योंकि वो मैनेजमेंट उन्हीं से पूछने वाला है. तो दो अकाउंट ही विल बी अकाउंटेबल. एंड किसको सिर्फ इन्फॉर्म करना है अपने को, वो हायर मैनेजमेंट है, प्रिंसिपल है, वाइस चांसलर, तो उनको भाई हमको सिर्फ आई डालना है. एंड हु विल बी हेल्पिंग अस बीच बीच में आके हमको कौन गाइड करेगा, हो सकता है हमको गाइड भी करे. So he will be the consultant. Even team member who is working on they are C, consulted. Consulted means they are guiding, they are helping, they are assisting. So
Right.
वो लोगों के नाम भी जो है ना C लिखेंगे. तो इस तरह से आपको बनाना होगा. सभी स्टेक होल्डर्स आ जाएंगे इसमें, जो भी इन्वॉल्व है इस प्रोजेक्ट को एग्जीक्यूट करने के लिए.
जी जी समझ गया. राइट. थैंक यू.
Okay, we have one more question. If you could take it, if you allow
Please.
me. Yeah. So, any tools for preparing Gantt chart and PM tools or software? The Microsoft Gantt chart. Yeah.
जी मैंने बताया था ना कि there is a Microsoft tool project, MS project is there for Gantt chart, and even in Excel sheet also you can have the Gantt chart. There is a ready-made tool comes, from the PMI side, where you are going to write all these things and a task timeline, so it creates automatically the Gantt chart. So you can have Excel, you can have the Microsoft project for the creating the Gantt chart. लेकिन मैं फिर से बोलना चाहूंगा मैं कि अगर हमको MS प्रोजेक्ट नहीं आ रहा है, इवन Gantt chart बनाने नहीं आ रहा, तो let's start with the Excel sheet and forget about the right now the Gantt chart. We'll learn slowly and slowly, but write down all the the items in your plan with the proper timeline.
Okay.
I hope I answered the question.
Yeah. Is there a way we could actually send or email them of specific format of this?
Yeah,
chart
sure.
to them?
I have whatever I shared today, like Rasi Matrix, I shared the project charter, I shared the WBS, I shared the project plan. So I have all these 4 things, which I will share, Nazim, to you, and you can share to all. So this is not you can say the final version, but this is the things which is to start from. You can have better template, or the net or PMI website, and but you can start with this thing. Something should have to start.
Sure. So once we email, I'll just email to all the participants about all these formats.
Yeah, and we're hopeful that from today or the coming days, we'll start using our project management tools and techniques to execute our project, and the only the one idea only to achieve the goal and to grow in our career.
Sure.
Right?
That is actually the main motive behind organizing these webinars, so that everybody in their professional career start using the project management tools. So let's conclude this session. And after reading the comments received from the participants, as you could also see, it was a great session, very wonderful and informative session, the first webinar of the series. I would like to thank you, Mr. Shanawaz, for sharing your valuable insights, and thanks for giving us the time. And for the participants, definitely we will meet next week for the next webinar, which is on the concept of project management in planning, organization, and management of college and classroom. So next Saturday, same time, 11 a.m., we all will join, and we will have Mr. Harun Beg, who will deliver the sessions. So thank you once again. If you have anything, you have my WhatsApp number. I have in the morning shared the link with all of you. You can get in touch with me anytime. So thank you, Mr. Shanawaz, and thank you to all the participants.
Thank you, Nazim. Thank you to all.